Tonight, finally, after however many hundreds of days or dozens of months it's been since names like Harris, Jefferson, and Big Hill confirmed their place amongst Blue Bombers' eternal lore, the Canadian Football League returns. Yes, it's back, believe it or not. After the wait that we've had, it's a league that survived world wars, near bankruptcy, expansion, contraction, and much more, even when times seemed, quote unquote, normal. It has once again weathered the storm and found calmer waters, but it wasn't pretty at times. A lost season removing a calendar year from the already condensed football lifespan of professional athletes, that hurt. To some, the appearance of desperation and clandestine flirtations with fellow fledgling leagues doing anything possible to stay afloat themselves, well, that hurt more. In classic CFL fashion, it's back, but not like it never left. You know how strange and painful the last 20 months have been for reasons far more solemn and personal than missing your favorite receiver make a one-handed grab. From the loss of a loved one brought on by an invisible airborne enemy attempting to search and destroy everything you've ever known, to the recognized communal loss of a generation who called this country home first, we've spent a lot of time over the last 2 years self-reflecting, arguably more than we ever have before, as a league and as a people. The perspective gained when forced to sit on the sidelines is an age-old lesson ingrained in the fabric of sport, a strategy employed by leaders hoping to tutor students on the value of what they had and just how quickly, randomly, and unfairly it can all be taken away in a moment's notice. Many of you might believe you never needed the more than momentary pause to understand the value and the meaning of the place Canadian football holds in your self-identity. A sport equal parts weekend savior and steadfast companion has never been called into question, at least not with any self-awareness. But open your mind for a brief moment of bias-free reflection, and you'll come to appreciate more than ever why you love this game on this special day. Whether you're willing to admit it or not, the world is different now, and make no mistake, you changed with it, just like the CFL did. This evolution, be it personal or professional, was inevitable, because when faced with life-altering circumstances, which we have been, humans have a choice to assess, comprehend, and emerge improved, or stay the same and hope for the best. Other challenges await that same collective decision as wildfires burn across the country, shuttering CFL practices with air quality concerns. Blowing smoke is no longer just a colloquial saying on the attempt to mislead. It's real and requires every one of us to realize the decisions we make contribute or detract from our collective future as football fans and as citizens of this global community. But for now, whether we've earned it or not with our individual actions over the past 20 months, we collectively rise again to embrace the essential distraction, the adrenaline-inducing addiction that is Canadian football. It's the rouge, the 55-yard line, big end zones, the waggle, and 3 downs. The terms alone elicit goosebumps to football freaks like us. So much so that we'll take the game in whatever diluted format is immediately available to inject in our veins, because in a society established in the catch-22 addiction cycle of stimuli craving and dopamine rush, you've been running empty for far too long. A shortened season? No problem. Attendance limitations? Understandable. Vaccine and mask requirements? Embraced by those who have the compassion to realize our right to be together again in stadiums across the country and experience this great game is about all of us caring for each other all the time, not just when it's convenient. So paint your faces, tease your rivals online, wave your oversized flags in the stands, and enjoy your stadium beers. But most importantly, don't forget where we've been and why you're so thankful to have this game back on this special and incredibly unique day. Will the next 19 weeks of mutual maple-soaked pigskin viewing wash away the memories of isolation, self and imposed over the last 2 years? No, but that's the point. Life, like football, can only be understood looking backwards, but it must be lived moving forward.